Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to talk about everything else that's going on around crypto as well. So the Bank of Japan CBDC update, new API sandbox for digital yen development. Now there's no talk of Ripple in this article, but we know Ripple and Japan are building out at a very alarming rate. So most likely in the coming days, we will see that the Bank of Japan is building out its CBDC platform utilizing Ripple. Starting May 15th, you can find the latest updates and insights on institutional-grade custody solutions by following Ripple. Thank you for being part of our journey. We look forward to continuing to innovate and shape the future of custody solutions. That comes from Medico. And you know, I think as institutional-grade custody picks up over time, that's also going to bring a lot of value as well. That could even affect the price of XRP at some point. Because as people are custodying things, they're going to have to move it from one place to another. How are they going to do that? Most likely they will utilize XRP. Ream Finance of the UAE is partnering with Visa on creating cards with digital wallets. BRICS Plus, UAE, Visa, Neum, and Ripple. So with the new strategic partnership agreement signed by the two companies, Ream Finance will introduce contactless-enabled Visa cards and digital wallets, the company said in a Monday press release. You know, digital wallets are starting to pick up momentum. I even see ads now here in the US. It's no longer just overseas. There's a lot of banks offering digital wallets now, because we are pushing into the digital age. But Ripple working with Visa makes a lot of sense because the back end at Visa is still broken. It's tied to SWIFT. Ripple fixes that. The BIS Innovation Hub launches Project Raven to develop a solution to increase financial system cybersecurity and resilience using AI. So now even the BIS is telling you that AI is going to be part of the financial system. It's most likely going to be tied into the traditional financial system that we're using now, but it's also going to be used in the new financial system. We're going to transition. We're going to have two financial systems running parallel as we transition into the new financial system. And that's going to happen over time. Now here is Larry Fink telling you the great divide of wealthy and poor countries is going to get worse. Take a listen.
I think the great divide is going to get worse.
The great divide?
The wealthy and the poor countries. I think
within and between countries.
Between countries. I think the divide is going to occur through the middle class developing countries that have a foundation of education. Will be able to accelerate faster than just having population growth. And I'm juxtaposing now Africa, where there's population growth and there's still inadequacy in terms of real foundation of education. And I think the divide is going to be greater and greater in education. If you forecast out the transformation that we're going to see across all societies because of AI, robotics, sensor technology, the speed in which this change is going to occur, I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
Take notice how he's all about population control. And what he's saying is that AI is more than likely going to make these countries lag even more behind the bigger countries. And it's going to happen in the bigger countries as well, like the United States, where AI is going to take a lot of jobs. All of a sudden, people that are making very good money right now are going to be hitting the unemployment line because of AI. And that's going to accelerate over the coming years. It's going to really start to pick up the second half of this year with everything else, like tokenization. Even carbon credits are now starting to accelerate as well. because we're pushing into that transition period. But they don't want to ease into it. They want to get it done and over with very quick, because there's only so long they can keep people distracted from what's really going on. Coinbase officially integrates Bitcoin Lightning Network. When are we going to finally admit that the Bitcoin Lightning Network is total trash? I mean, everybody knows it. Even Bitcoin maxis will admit that the Bitcoin Lightning Network is not that game-changing. Yep, Lightning Network is ready for prime time, Chad Steingraber says. Sends via Lightning to some self-custody wallets may take multiple hours or fail due to unique implementations or fee structures. You know, we all seen how the Lightning Network failed during the Bitcoin halving. And this happening on Coinbase, I think, is happening for a reason. Because every time that Bitcoin achieves a new all-time high, all of a sudden Coinbase is down. The same thing's going to happen once XRP achieves a new all-time high. I'm sure Coinbase will be down. I stopped using Coinbase a long time ago. Uphold's a better solution. I just don't like the fees. Uphold's fees seem to be fluctuating and getting higher over time. But I always looked at the Lightning Network as a Trojan horse for Bitcoin. HSBC CEO to retire in surprise announcement. Here's what's actually going on. There's problems at HSBC, and this guy is jumping ship while he still can. Because we're going to see the problems at the banks increase all throughout this year as well. And everybody's expecting it to happen already. You know, we used to talk about the liquidity crisis being a major black swan, but now I think it's actually already priced into the market because people are expecting it now. And as these banks collapse out, they're going to be swallowed up by the bigger banks. HSBC, I don't think HSBC is going to collapse. I think it's one of those banks that are just too big to fail. Maybe this guy said, hey, I'm out of here. You know, things aren't looking good for the coming months. Who knows? Now, I want to talk about this a little bit more because I kind of touched on it, but then I moved on. So taxes on unrealized capital gains is the most absurd galaxy brain idea ever conceived. Now, I told you about how this works. So right now, XRP's at 50 cents. Say it goes up to $1, but you don't sell, and it comes back down to 50 cents. You're still getting taxed on that gain. And this goes beyond crypto. This could be tied to real estate as well. Say, for instance, you bought a house and the house's value goes up over time, but you didn't sell the house. You would still owe money on that unrealized capital gains. And this is the worst tax they can possibly ever put in place. Because think about it. And what does this do as crypto investors? It forces you to sell your crypto. You might not want to sell at $1, but you would want to sell so you get the cash to pay the taxes. That's what this is really about. And it also could factor into real estate once again. A lot of people, they don't want to sell their house. You know, their kids grew up in that house. There's a lot of memories in that house. But now all of a sudden, the real estate market takes off and there's a lot of unrealized capital gains. But there's people on fixed incomes and they can't pay that unrealized capital gains tax. So what happens? All of a sudden their house gets foreclosed on, or maybe they have to sell their house, or they're forced to sell their house. I don't like the idea of this, and this all leads us down that path of you will own nothing and be happy. That's what this is really about. And the 44.6% capital gains tax, that's also absurd. Think about it, okay? All of a sudden, you cash out $100,000 in crypto. Well, you would owe $44,600 to the IRS. I mean, come on. They just don't want you to get rich at this point. They want to keep you poor, and they want you to sell your crypto because they don't think you should be holding crypto in the first place. They think you should be taking your paycheck week over week and putting it into their broken banking system. And even the Treasury knows that the system is falling apart. We're watching it happen in real time. U.S. Department of Justice arrests early Bitcoin investor Roger Ver, charged with tax evasion. Remember Bitcoin Jesus? You know why they charged him right now? Because they know crypto is about to take off. They know Bitcoin is about to have a blow off top, and they want to remind you that you have to pay your crypto tax. They want to make sure that you're paying your fair share. They want to remind you of it. Just in, Treasury Secretary Yellen says people are generally better off despite recent price increases. Do you agree? Let me know in the comment section down below. I don't think we are better off at all. In fact, I think on the path that we're on right now is only going to get worse. You know, these millionaires could come out and say whatever the hell they want to say. At the end of all of this, there's people suffering on a daily basis. There's people that can't even buy food. Do you know how many times over the past year at the grocery store I have slid my debit card to pay for somebody's groceries because they just didn't have enough money? I do it a lot with elderly people and veterans because, you know, I look at it like this. If somebody doesn't step up and help, these people are going to go hungry. And that should not be happening in this country. But we're paying taxes into a broken system. And the system just sends the money out of the country. And it leaves so many people behind. And that's why in that video yesterday that I did on the Great Reset, I wanted to point out there's a lot of people ending up homeless because of inflation. Because maybe they can't afford the mortgage no more. They can't afford rent anymore. It's, you know, what they try to portray is that people are ending up homeless because of a drug problem. But it goes beyond just a drug problem. There is educated people ending up homeless. Binance founder CZ sentenced to 4 months in prison. And I had to use that picture. So they wanted 3 years and he got 4 months. And, you know, CZ, he was great for crypto. Honestly, you know, I didn't like Binance. I never trusted Binance. But CZ was a pretty stand-up guy overall. I mean, he would go on X and out people, you know, on a whim. But, you know, at least now we got closure on what's going to happen with Binance and CZ. When XRP reaches $1,000, the line of eager enthusiasts will stretch longer than ever before. You know, first off, there's people out there that think nobody's going to buy XRP once it achieves a new all-time high. There's going to be more people buying at $4 and $5 and $8 and $12 and $17 than there's people buying right now. You know why? Because they don't have belief in XRP right now. They don't think XRP can achieve these price points. It's the same way if you go back to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was dirt cheap, nobody wanted to even look at Bitcoin. Most people never even heard of Bitcoin. Then all of a sudden, Bitcoin started to take off. And there's people still buying Bitcoin at the price it's at right now, $60K plus. Think about that. And there's going to be buyers at XRP at all different price points. And the FOMO is going to be absolutely incredible once we break $1. The fear of missing out is the biggest driver for people to buy crypto because they know the potential of XRP. They know all the articles that are out there about XRP. They know it can move the world's money. They know what it's capable of. But right now, because it's so cheap, they don't see the price changing. Once the price changes, all of a sudden, everybody's going to want in. And as the time goes on, you're going to have people that will sell way too soon. And you don't want to be one of those people. Because the worst thing that can happen is you sell when XRP gets to say $5 and then you watch it go even higher. That's the worst part of crypto, because then you regret selling. You know, a lot of people will regret buying at different price points. Like I see it all the time all over X. I bought XRP at $3 plus, and look it, I'm still at a loss. But if you don't sell it, you will eventually make money off of your investment no matter what. Because XRP is going to achieve some high numbers. It's just, are you still going to be here when that happens? And until it does happen, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.